Hop in your Benz, yeah. The money be calling again and again and again. Don't wanna do nothing but win. Starting to think that I'm moving too fast again and again. Told me you love, show me your love, let me see that you love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And as you can see from the title of this video, we're talking about me being a mom at 14. So stay tuned. Oh, and also, this beeping noise that you guys are hearing in the background, obviously it's the fire alarm. The batteries are dead. I promise to have that changed in the next video, but it just be like that sometimes. So we're going to tune that out, and we're going to tune me in, and we're going to get into this unfiltered life. All right, so let's get into it. I met the love of my life when I was I'm making a video right now.
Hi guys.
Hi, yeah, bye. That's that unfiltered life. You know, I'm a mother, so that's gonna happen. You might hear some music back there because the kids, you know, they like to be turned up at night. But anyway. Yes. All right. Anyway, so I met him when I was 13. And I met him through my best friend at the time who not too long ago passed away. So rest in heaven to Lucretia. You know, I'm always thankful for her because I wouldn't have my family if it wasn't for her. So yes. So I met him through my best friend at the time because back then we had star makers at the Aurora Mall. And me and her had a picture that we took, and she used to have a whole closet full of all the pictures from all the friends. And out of all the friends, he picked your girl. So she helped in this lie. We ain't gonna leave her out. She helped in this lie. I told him I was like 15 or 16. And then one day, you know how you talking on the phone back then, you young, ain't supposed to be talking to boys, and when somebody picks up the phone, you hang up like you wasn't on the phone talking to a boy. So this this time my grandma had picked up the phone when I was talking to him, and I hung up right away. But he stayed on the phone, and she gets to asking him all these questions because that's what she does, and told him like, don't you know she's only 13? And she almost ruined it for me. But let's move along. So anyway, obviously we made it past that point because we were already in love, like young in love, and nobody was going to keep us away from each other no matter what. And it was already too late because I had already lost my virginity to him. But before I lost my virginity to him, I told him the first time that I do anything, you know, I want to have a baby. Now, what was I thinking at 13 talking about the first time I do something, I want to have a baby? I wasn't thinking. That's how I was 13 thinking as a child. But basically that really ended up being what happened. We did our thing, whatever, and I ended up pregnant with my son, who will be 18 in July, like I told you guys. So I ended up pregnant with him. During the time that I was pregnant, my baby's dad, because I'm my children's father, I don't have time to be correct here. So at that time, my baby's dad, he was in jail, and come to find out, like, jail is where he was gonna visit a lot. So I was pregnant by myself. The whole pregnancy, the whole 9 months, I was by myself. But I definitely go see him on the weekend, show him my belly. I was young at the time, so I had to have my grandpa take me or an adult take me to go see him. But I made sure I went to see him every weekend. Get out of here.
There's plastic in
So anyway, I made sure I went to see him every weekend. So she just messed me up. Where was I? Told her not to come in here while I'm filming. Goodness. So, yeah, I would make sure that I went to go see him every weekend and all of that. And then after, 9 months, I had my son. I had him via C-section because at what, 9 centimeters? Is that what you get to? 12? I don't know. However many centimeters you get to, I haven't had a kid in a while, but however many centimeters you get to, he got all the way there and didn't want to come out after that. I tried to push and everything, and he was just resistant because he's stubborn like he is now. And so I ended up having a C-section, and all my family came, his family came, and that was that. So moving forward, I went to a school for teen moms. My school was called Florence Crittenton. Best thing that could have happened to me, because that school really gave me the chance to be a mother and be a student and educate myself at the same time, because they had a daycare there. So I was able to take my son to daycare, and they had a bus that took us. Like, that school was a blessing. It was definitely a blessing. So I went there, and about, I'd say a week or so, or maybe the same day, my son was born July 16th, and his first birthday was coming. So it was like the same week that we were gonna have his first birthday party is when my baby's dad got out. So he was gone the whole time, but he was able to be there for his first birthday party, which it seems in stories that I'm going to tell in the future, he gets out right at the right time. So he got out. We were a family again. Of course, we were young then, so he wasn't faithful, but that he put me first type of thing, or I was the main chick that you think is cute when you're young. Yeah, that was what was going on there. So he took care of me, he took care of his family, but he was not faithful. He even proposed to me with a ring that somebody else gave him. So but we'll get to that in another story time. Yeah, we were out, he was out, we did our family thing, and he would come get us from school. He would come pick me up in whatever girl he was talking to at the time, come pick me up in her car, have me drive to school, or he would catch the bus up there and make sure we got home safely. Like, we did our whole little family thing. He stayed with his mom, I stayed over with my mom, but we were close, like inseparable, until he went to jail again. So fast forward, I was at Florence Crittenton from 7th grade until I graduated. So it was a middle school and a high school, and it's crazy how many, because it started from 6th grade. So it's crazy that there was moms like younger than me. I think the youngest girl was like 11. Like, honestly, there were girls, I was 13, so the youngest girl was about 11. And it's not ideal, but I guess it happens. And we were all there, trying to still live our best life for our children and get our education. So, I do give myself props for that, because I definitely got back on the straight and narrow once I had my son and I became a mom and seen that it was no longer about me. I had to do everything that I could for him. I even got a job as the school janitor at one of the elementary schools that I went to. So I made sure that I took care of my son. And my grandpa, who I love to life, he got me a truck when I turned 15. I think that's when you could get your permit back then. So he had got me my first truck, and then I was driving to school, made sure I went every day with my son. And the daycare ladies, they were so, you know, they were so helpful. Like, that school was definitely a blessing. And understand, I'm not ever saying being a teen mom is good at all. But if you're gonna be a teen mom, you need to make sure that you handle your business, because it's no longer about you. It's about the baby. So if you're gonna do that and that's the road that ends up happening for you, then make sure you're a mom that takes care of her business and not be like some of these other mothers around here. And I use that loosely. So yeah, so I got through 7th grade, got through 8th grade, graduated, got through 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, you know, helping at the school, meeting new people. We were going to talk to young girls in detention centers about teen pregnancy and, you know, why they shouldn't be teen moms and all of that stuff. So, my time was used well there. It was used so well that I ended up only having to do 1 semester of my senior year, because I was that focused and that much on point, and that school was that helpful to help me just to stay straight. Even, I told you how my baby's dad wasn't faithful. So one of the little things that he was talking to even went to that school. We almost ended up getting in a fight while I was pregnant. I had to go sit down, almost went into early labor messing with her. You don't step out of character for these things. But anyway, so my 12th grade year, I ended up getting pregnant again. But this time I was pregnant with twins. And where was baby daddy? In jail. That's right. Yes. Again, whole pregnancy, he was in jail. And I had my twins early. I had them when I was 24 weeks, because one of the twins, who you'll see, she was eating up the food from the smaller one, which is they're just a minute apart, because I had C-sections with all of my kids. So they're just a minute apart, but they had to deliver them early because she was getting all the food from the other one. So they was like, yeah, I had to go on bed rest. I was working at Target at that time, sitting in a chair, but I had to go on hospital bed rest. And it was only for about 2 or 3 days before they were like, no progress is happening here. We're just going to go ahead and give you a C-section. So a C-section is what I had with them. And of course, family was there. His family was there. Everybody came to see them. But he was in jail, so of course he didn't get to. When they were about 3 months, that's when he got out. And he was there with them for a whole month, okay? From the time they was 3 months to the time they was 4 months. After that 4 months, he ended up going back to jail. But this time, he was going back for something way more serious, and it wasn't jail time anymore that he was gonna do this time. It was penitentiary time, and it was 18 years that they ended up giving him. So that was definitely hard, and we'll get to that in another story time. So you guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And tell me what you thought about this video. It's unfiltered. You see my daughter came in here messing with me. The kids out there listening to music. The alarm want to keep beeping. But it's okay. We're going to get through this. We're going to make it. And I hope everybody had a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.
Hop in your Benz. The money be calling again and again and again. Don't wanna do nothing but win. Starting to think that I'm moving too fast again and again. Told me you love. Show me your love. Let me see that.